again, and welcome to MACTV. I'm Cynthia Croom. I'm the Executive Director of the Metropolitan Action Commission here in Nashville, Tennessee. And I have two very special guests with me today that'll be joining us for MACTV. Mr. Marvin Cox, who is the Director of our Community Services Program, and we have a really special guest. Jessica's with us. She's one of our students who came through our adult education program, and so we'll be hearing a little bit from her a little bit later. So welcome to both of you. Glad to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, Mr. Cox, would you just please tell us a little bit about your background and what you do with the Metropolitan Action Commission?
Well, again, Marvin Cox. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, and I've been in Nashville over 20 years now. Started working for the state of Tennessee for about 15 years, and then this great opportunity at Metro Action Commission came open as the Community Programs Director.
I'm glad you said great opportunity. Those are all the right words, Marvin, that you should be using when you describe being at the Metropolitan Action Commission. He's afraid to smile. So tell us just a little bit about the Community Services Program, which is really broader than I think many people realize. Tell us about some of the things that are offered as a part of the community services which you're responsible for.
Absolutely, it'd be my pleasure. I always tell people that I work on the adult side. Certainly we have 7 Head Start centers. So we get the opportunity to really meet our customers face-to-face, one-on-one, specifically in the adult education program for students who want to obtain a high school equivalency, but then go on, not just stop in there, those that want to go to post-secondary education or those that want to find employment. And then we have the opportunity where we serve residents of Davidson County through our Community Services Block Grant Program, assisting them with their rent, their mortgage, basic necessity, and then of course our Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, where we can help families stabilize during the winter or summer months.
Now, Marvin, I know this is an interview and these things can be a little stressful, so, you know, I'm going to get you to slow down a little bit because I want to make sure they got all of that for your program. So let's talk a little bit about, so you mentioned the Community Services Block Grant Program, and you mentioned a couple of things that we do through that program. Mention those again for us.
The Rental Assistance Program, for example, if a customer has a loss of income due to no fault at all, for example, let's say I'm at work, I threw my back out, and I can't, and I need help with my rent or my mortgage. We have federal grants that we use to assist those individuals on a one-time basis because we know they're in a unfamiliar, unusual circumstance. So we're able to stabilize them at that particular point.
Okay, and then I think you mentioned the Energy Assistance Program, and then just you can share the other programs with us as well.
Okay, the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, that is a program that we provide energy assistance for residents of Davidson County on a one-time basis. We know that the weather can be cold in the winter months and individuals on fixed income might need assistance, so we're able to help them stabilize their energy costs by providing them this one-time assistance. That program operates from October 1 to September 30th of each year. So those are the programs where we provide the basic necessities to assist individuals. But the other great program that we have is the Summer Food Service Program during the summer months, where we provide meals to over 6,000 children at 110 sites during the summer months, because these children are getting meals while they're in school, and the question becomes, when school is out, how are they getting their meals?
Well, I know the nutrition component is really a big component in the entire agency. You're a big proponent of the agency's focus on one agency. Would you just talk a little bit for our audience who probably have never even heard that term on how the work that's done in the Community Services unit interfaces with the Head Start program? Just talk a little bit about the one agency concept. And
Great question, and I'm glad you asked. For example, if we have an individual that's enrolled in our adult education program and they have a child in the home that is age eligible for Head Start, we will look at that particular, we just don't look at the individual, we look at the entire family. So our goal is, if that person is enrolled in our adult education program, to get the child enrolled into our Head Start program. So we've got education on the parent side and we've got education on the child side, and we know that education is very important. So we don't operate individual programs, we use what's called a circular approach in our agency to make sure that we're talking with our Head Start parents. And also, if we have a Head Start parent who has a child enrolled in Head Start and they don't have their high school equivalency or employment, we can enroll those individuals in our adult education program or our MAC for Jobs program. So again, when that's not looking at the child, we're looking at the entire household and how we can assist.
Talk a little bit about, people have heard the term MAC for Jobs but may not realize what it is. It is specifically for Head Start parents and for our children that, or for parents, or I should say our customers that are part of the adult education program. Those are the only customers that we have that can participate in that program. Talk a little bit about MAC for Jobs and some of the activities that are done with our Head Start parents and our adult education parents.
Again, the specific population, of course, is our adult education students and our Head Start parents, because we want to work with a small population but have great outcomes. Mm-hmm. And what we're doing is we're looking at that family and we're looking at particular areas like employment, transportation. It's called a self-sufficiency matrix. The goal for us in this is to help our families to go to post-secondary education and be employed at a sustainable rate. In so many words, I tell people to put me out of a job. Mm-hmm. So we know if we got families that are making a living wage, then they can take care of the basic necessity and also any other needs that the family may have.
Well, it's a great, really segue into our other guest who's here with us, because even though I don't think MAC for Jobs was in place when Jessica came through the adult education program, she certainly had an opportunity to participate in some of the things that the program offers, and I'm not going to try and describe them, but I will say welcome, Jessica.
Welcome. Hello.
And
Hello.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you found out about the program and how you came to be a part of it.
Okay, well, my name is Jessica Thomas, and I'm from Jackson, Tennessee. I moved to Nashville to pursue different alternative routes like fashion and acting, but I wanted to do something different. I was going into different short-end jobs, and I seen a flyer that had Metro Action for adult education, so I thought I'd check it out. And I had went to one of the meetings, and they told us the opportunities that they can provide for us, and I just went ahead with it and established my GED.
Okay, so you came into the program, mm-hmm. You got your GED.
Yes.
Had a fantastic graduation, I'm sure.
Yes, I did. It was great.
Okay. And then tell us, from there, talk to us about what you did after the GED program.
Okay, well, after the GED, I went to pursue my bachelor's in social work at Tennessee State University. The program actually helped me with a book voucher at the time, so I was able to buy all my books, and after that I pursued my master's, which I'm currently in now. The master program at Tennessee State University for social work.
So now, one of the things that we didn't talk a whole lot about, and that you certainly mentioned that you had a chance to take advantage of, is in addition to the adult education program that allows you to get your GED or high school equivalency, you also took advantage of the college prep side of that program, which allowed you to have your books purchased in order for you to go to college.
Yes.
What would you say to someone who really wants their GED but that's hesitant, that's worried about going back into the classroom? How would you encourage them, just based on your experience?
I think just to take that first step, because when I started the program, I had no idea that they gave you sniping every week if you had a car for transportation, or they gave you bus vouchers to ride the bus. So they really provided us with help to, continue the program and get tested. They provided us to take the, the state test. I would just encourage everybody to continue to, just take steps and don't be afraid of getting help. Don't be afraid of, what people might say. And education is really the best opportunity anyone can have.
Okay. When you came into the program, what was most surprising for you in participating in a program like this?
How they were the teachers, Ms. Dr. Cox, how she was just so passionate about wanting us to learn. Mm-hmm. She was so passionate about us learning our math and our English, and she was so passionate about teaching us, even if we had to stay after class. She was open for us to talk to about our problems if we had some, and like all the staff was very supportive on us getting our education and getting there to, achieve it. And even after, like you say, the college prep, they provided a voucher because books was very, very expensive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now, when you came here, you said you came here from Jackson, Tennessee, and we talked. You all joked a little bit earlier about having your West Tennessee connection. You mentioned Dr. Collins, who was one of the people that worked with you while you were here. When you think of the opportunity that you received in terms of coming through the Metropolitan Action Commission, what would you want us to know about, if there was one thing you'd want us to maybe work on or that you think would make it easier, what would you share with us would be the hope that you would have for us?
I think y'all doing a great job. I think y'all shouldn't change anything.
Now, I have to just say, I did not prompt that question, but I appreciate the answer. So we did not practice that beforehand. So thank you very much for that.
I think just giving that opportunity for a person to change their life is enough, because those opportunities was not given to a lot of people. And even when I found out about it, I found it out early adult. But I wish I would have known about it a while ago. But I think that just giving a person an opportunity to change their life, to change their choices, to be a better person, and especially an opportunity for higher education, I think that's the best thing that y'all can do.
Well, you really just sort of, I think, without probably realizing it, spoke to a theme that's really important to us, and that's making sure people are aware of the services that we provide, which is really what MACTV is about. It's making sure that our audience or the general population learns a little bit more about the work that we do here and get to meet people who are like you, that when we say that there are great success stories of people who have come through our program and had a chance to participate, that we actually can say, and here's an example, in having Jessica here. I was glad to hear you say that you not only got your undergraduate degree in social work, but you're now currently working on your master's in social work, but also serving as a substitute, I believe.
Yes, substitute teacher
with
for the
Metro
Davidson County.
schools.
Yes, ma'am.
So now we have Mr. Cox here, who is been the leader of that program, who you recognized when he came in the door as someone who had worked with you. Mr. Cox, what would you say? We've heard what Jessica would share. What would you say to someone who really is hesitant or a little bit nervous about taking that first step? How would you encourage them to go ahead and take that first step?
First of all, I would encourage them to come to our orientation, which we have every first Thursday of each month. Also, when they come to the orientation, we'll be glad to have an individual conversation with them, because one of the things we express to our students is the one word we do not use is failure. And I can say for individuals that come to orientation, they make that first step, because many people would say, I don't have my GED, I'm 30 years old, so there's no use for it. But we say, come, because that's why we show up every day, because they are here.
I think that one of the best celebrations we have within the organization, and we have a few, is the adult education graduation.
Awesome.
It is one of the best experiences, I think. When you think about that chance to get to actually graduate, Jessica, and walk across that stage, what was that moment like for you?
Well, it was very exciting for me because I had just enrolled my first semester in summer. So I was actually in class, leaving class to come to the graduation. And when I got there, just to know that I accomplished something, I accomplished to graduate. It felt good to see all my teachers there to support us. The banquet was very nice. It was a lot of people there supporting me, my family. It just made me feel real good, that I can conquer anything else. Because something that I thought would be so hard, I guess because I waited so long to go back to school because of, feeling ashamed or feeling like a failure. But to, conquer that stepping stone, it made me feel real good.
Well, it makes us feel good when we see you. I haven't had a chance to see you for a little while, actually.
Yes,
you've been
busy.
Quite busy doing some things as well. But it's always exciting for us, and we're always happy when we get to see our students. And we really feel like our partners. And I think Marvin said it when he said that that's why we show up every day. When we feel a little down or, like the work is too difficult, seeing you all come in the door when you're in the adult education program, seeing the various things that you all go through in order to be here really becomes the organization's inspiration. Our hope is today that someone watching this has had a chance to learn a little bit more about what we do in the organization to make a difference in the lives of people, and that just like you inspire us, I know that today you have also inspired them. So thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
It's great to see you. We know you're going to have great success as soon as you finish that master's degree.
Thank you.
She used to
Make
call
sure,
me.
that's right, you let us know so we can celebrate with you. Congratulations to you, and thank you all for being here with us today.
It was a pleasure.
It was a
Thank you.
pleasure.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.